We dance all day, we dance all night. We afraid of the rain, come rain or sun we shine. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Survive and Thrive. Today I have a special guest, Keara Hanson. Absolutely amazing. So, I did it wrong.
It doesn't matter.
Hey guys. On this channel, I believe that wherever you survive, you can thrive, and wherever you be, you can become alive. So I met Keara at a very, very, very special place. We're participating in a course together. We're part of the GTEX family. And now Keara is an incredible woman. She is a hypnotherapist. She is a master Reiki healer. She is a tarot card reader, so she can read into your future. And also she hosts training and workshops and also one-to-one sessions. So yeah, Keara.
That's a lovely introduction. Thank you.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. Meeting you, so we first met at the GTEX one-day workshop, conference, seminar.
Yeah.
And we got acquainted very, very quickly. I think it's because we're both Tauruses.
Yeah, I think that's got something to do with it. And I think also both working on the concept of surviving.
Yeah.
That it's important to see yourself as a survivor, not a victim.
Exactly.
And I think that was where we struck off on the same sort of note.
100%. And also when it comes to empowering other people, you know, for me, surviving is a journey in which we all must go through and will continue to go through it. And then to actually maximize the moments where we reach that state of thriving and that continuous cycle of surviving. How much can we minimize surviving? How much can we hop into that state of maybe a day where you're upset, or even an hour of you're upset, you're processing the anger, you're processing upset, just feeling terrible, right? And then how quickly can you transform that back into the state of thriving, back into the state of what you need to get done. So yeah, where are you now in your journey?
Okay, so for the last year and a half, I've been running my own business, which it was a colossal step. It was quite a brave thing, if you like, to step away from a nice, comfortable job that was paying me a regular salary, to take the risk of going, actually, I want to do something that I love, something that makes me feel alive and vibrant, and that's helping other people. So taking a mixture of things, I suppose, my life experience so far, plus the administration skills that I'd used through my office work, and then the hypnotherapy, the Gestalt therapy, the Reiki, and putting that all together to start what's now Medway Healing and Hypnotherapy, and building that and trying to get it to a stage where it's paying the bills, and that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
It's only been a year and a half, and so far I give myself a pat on the head every day that I survive.
Yeah.
And manage to keep my head above water.
Amazing.
But it's so fulfilling in so many other ways. When you can talk to someone who's really stressed out, really worried about their lives, and you can help them feel positive so that they can do something that you might think is very ordinary, like take a driving lesson or go on a date. But for them, it's a massive mountain to overcome. To help people do that, it's just an incredible thing.
I completely agree. Seeing other people with fire within them, with vitality, with energy, and the ability to conquer, as you said, the smallest, what we'd consider to be the smallest of fears. To be able to do that is incredible. So what actually took you onto that journey? What made you believe that you should teach other people?
I think because I've had quite a checkered past. I've had quite an extreme childhood, and lived through that, and I've had counselling and support from other people, and I've walked away feeling worse than when I started, and I can remember feeling very lost and very lonely and very helpless. And it wasn't until, I suppose, something inside of me said, well, you can step up, or you can step out. You can see yourself as a victim for the rest of your life and never do anything you want to do, never achieve anything. Or you can take this fear and you can turn it around and make it fuel. You can take this fear and say, no, watch me. Yes, I can. It's no good letting other people's belief structures fit around you like a cloak of oppression that hold you down. As a child, I was called dopey, stupid, ugly. I was told every day that I was a moron. I was told that the ugly ones are so grateful. Little things like that would keep me down. And then all of a sudden I went, hang on a minute. I am what I believe I am. Yes. I can be exactly what I want to be. And I'm not letting somebody else's opinion of me hold me back. What do they know about me? They're not in my head. I'm in my head. And so taking that and realizing that if I could empower myself, if I could turn my own thoughts around so that instead of my thoughts being my critics holding me down, they were actually my cheerleaders and keeping me going, then I had a chance of making a difference. And so it was working on myself and feeling happier about me. And it's not a finished job. I've still got a lot to do to sort myself out. But in doing that, it made me think, hang on a minute, if I've learned this for me, perhaps there's a purpose in this. Perhaps there's a reason for the suffering and the crying and the upsets. Perhaps learning these lessons, I can pass them on to others. So frankly, they don't have to go through years of rubbish to get to the same conclusions. I can just say, right, try this. And if it works, fabulous. If it doesn't, that's no problem. We'll try something else.
Exactly.
But never ever stop trying. Never ever. If you've got a choice, you can swim, you can sink.
Oh, you can sink.
Do you want to sink? No way.
No one wants to sink.
No way.
No one wants
so
to.
Let's find different ways of swimming. Let's keep ourselves afloat.
So that's interesting. Find different ways of swimming, and you have so many methodologies. You have so many practices under your belt. So how do you know which methodology to use, or does someone come to you and say, hey, I'm in search for a Reiki healer, and they come across yourself, and you go through that process, and obviously shifts and changes happen? Or do you actually say to them, do you have a consultation call, and do you actually advise them to say, I've got Reiki, I've got hypnotherapy, and these are the things that are most effective with your situation? Or do you almost rely on them to come through with their own solution as well?
I think it's a bit of both. I always explain to everybody what I do, and I am someone who likes to keep everything in a compartment. So Reiki is Reiki, and hypnotherapy is hypnotherapy, and Gestalt is Gestalt. I don't like the whole idea of let's just put it all together and I'll just blast you with everything, because I think that can become quite disconcerting for the person. They don't know what they're going to experience. So I do tend to keep it one thing at a time, but I do also ask each client what they're looking for. Because sometimes someone might come to you and they say, I don't know, I'm suffering with anxiety. Okay, so that's the problem, but how do you want me to resolve it? Do you want to feel that you're getting there? Do you want to really understand your anxiety, how it's affecting you, what it's doing to your physical well-being, so that you can put your mind in control, think about yourself, and step by step put yourself in a power position? If you do, then I would say Gestalt is the way forwards, because it's a very mindful practice. It's all about being in the now, not placing any blame for why you feel that way, or even digging up in the past to why it occurred. It's more about being in the now and putting yourself in control. If you said, okay, I'm going to make these changes.
Yes.
I've decided this is what I need to do, but I just need the gumption, I need the willpower to get me there, then hypnotherapy is the answer every time.
Okay.
Because it's not a magic wand. It can't make you do something you don't want to do.
Mm.
But if you want to do it, wow, it reinforces it to the point where you don't even think about it. It's just automatic. This is what I want to do, so this is what I'm going to do. And it becomes a habit very easily.
Wow.
So that works really well.
I was literally just thinking it changes your internal language.
Yeah. It becomes that cheerleader inside your head. It reinforces, hey, I made this decision and I'm sticking to it. And so that makes it really easy.
Wow.
And whereas Reiki is much more of a healing modality, Reiki is much more relaxing and calming and soothing. And it deals with your problems and issues, physical, spiritual, mental, but in its own way. So Reiki is a sentient energy that knows where it's going. So you can't really direct it. Not as a healer.
Please, can you explain what you mean by sentient energy that goes where it flows?
Okay, so Reiki healing is a form of spiritual healing that helps you to connect with the chi. You've heard of chi or prana? So the life force energy of the universe that we're all made of, and everything that vibrates and lives is made of. That chi energy is available to anybody, and we can think it into our bodies, we can breathe it into our bodies, we eat it when we eat food, we absorb it through beautiful colours and fabulous landscapes. That's why you feel so amazing if you've had a great day out, because you've brought all that chi, that energy into your being. Wow. So Reiki works by attuning the healer to that chi energy so that they can channel it into the body of the recipient by laying on hands. But they don't have to believe anything. They don't have to have any particular religious belief to receive this energy.
It's life force energy. You're drawing it in.
Life force energy, yeah. And so what it's doing is it's filling up the gaps and pushing out the blockages within your body as it transfers itself and goes through the body. So it heals the healer as well as it heals the recipient at the same time. That's
incredible. A lot of times I've actually heard that within healing practices, whether it be coaching or anything, it's half the methodology and then the rest the healer as well. And that also makes me think that a lot of the times when I've actually been coaching people myself, I actually experience either people gone through the same problems that have occurred in my life. Absolutely. And it's amazing that you say that. And I was also thinking about
it's a two-way flow, isn't it? Because as much as you're helping other people and you're loving helping them, you're learning all the time from them and from their experiences, and you go, wow, I see that. And then all of a sudden something clicks in your head and you think, I remember that. I remember that feeling. And okay, so how did I deal with it? I dealt with it that way. So maybe they can take that on board.
Exactly.
Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. But every experience that we have as a human being is valuable. Even if that's a very negative experience, it's still a valuable experience. We learn from it, we grow from it.
I completely agree. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's great. You were speaking about the pores within your body. When you were saying that to me, I was feeling like chakra points, and I know we have so many chakra points around our body. So is that would that be another way of saying pores as well, or is?
Yeah, well, you have chakra points, and then you have meridians. You'll have heard of meridians from Chinese acupuncture and acupressure.
Okay.
They work on the energy lines that flow down the body. They're straight lines, and they all join up on the peak of our head. And so those meridians help to carry the energy around your body. And then we have smaller, tiny chakra points called nadis.
Okay, that's a new word.
That's a new one. And we have those, say, on the tips of our fingers, so that we are sensitive. And you are sensitive throughout your body, and you'll find that there are some chakra points that are more sensitive than others, dependent upon you as an individual. So, for example, lots of people think that if you're a spiritual person, you're working always from your third eye, and that's a lovely concept. The third eye is all about vision, but that it works both ways. It's not just a screen for us to see things on. It's also a screen for us to project on.
Yes.
It's for us to be able to show our plans and our dreams for the future, to help empower them and create them. But because you're working on a psychic level, you might not be working with the chakra at all. You might be working with your solar plexus chakra, which is all about energy. You might actually be feeling and reading the energy of the people around you, whether it's positive or negative, upbeat or down. Same thing with sacral. You might be reading their intentions to see how self-confident they are, how self-assured they are. So although we tend to think that each chakra has a job, and yes it does, that doesn't mean that we're always working from the right one. Sometimes we can be working from a completely different chakra because that's how our energy is drawn and called, and we react to the person that we're dealing with. So how can I explain that? It's rather like if you said, okay, I need to put batteries in everything in my house. If you put double A's in everything, only about 20% of the things would work.
Oh, because each battery needs a different amount of energy.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And it's the same with people. You can't go around just putting double A's in everything because they won't all work. Sometimes you need a different size battery.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
one of those big chunky square ones. And so it's the same sort of thing. When you're working with your energy field, you're not going to find that the same chakra always works.
That's incredible. That makes me more aware of, like, for me, speaking to other people, makes me more aware of, like, things like, let's just call them blockages, and, like, where the energy's flowing from all the way up to even get to that point of where everything's coming, even though it doesn't work, everything's coming from your third eye, you know? I'm really, really interested in where all this knowledge came from, because that's a lot. Those are a lot of distinctions to be working with. We hit chakra points, we hit nadis, we hit a Reiki. So that, like, hypnotherapy, there's a lot there. So what cultivated you to actually maybe step into your power and look at holistic methods for healing?
Okay, so again, it's part of the very long life story. I'm 52, so it's been a long time. But I suppose the very, very start of it was I was abused at home and I was bullied at school. So I had no escape. There was nowhere I could be, just me, and feel safe. And so, particularly at school, I decided that I wasn't strong enough to fight the bullies. Ignoring them wasn't getting me anywhere. So I decided that I was going to become as weird as humanly possible in the hope that they would leave me alone. And so I started researching anything I could get my hand on, from voodoo through to numerology and palmistry and astrology, and I started writing runes and signals all over my school books, and that started really freaking out some of the bullies, and they started leaving me alone. So it worked like a dream, and this was years before Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all of that kind of
So
stuff
everyone was
fashionable.
actually like, whoa,
It was
what is
like,
going on?
Absolutely freaky stuff, and they were very frightened, and it did me the power of good, because it meant that I then had some safety at school. I was left alone to get on with my own thing. And then I started, through reading people's palms, quite badly I must add, I got asked to read a lady's palm, and she said to me, I can see you're really enthusiastic, but this really isn't your thing. Try these. And she gave me a deck of tarot cards.
Wow.
And that was the beginning of my spooky journey. From then on, I lived, breathed, ate, slept tarot. That was all I could think about. I slept with them in my bed with me. I misread them so many times. This boy likes me, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And I keep on picking cards until it says he did. So I learned how not to lie with your cards. I learned a lot of things about tarot. And then over a period of time, I suppose, my life took me in lots of different directions at once. So I moved to Spain. I learnt to speak Spanish, and I learnt to drive in Spain. But then I kind of ran out of things that I could do to increase my vocabulary. So I took 2 courses, massage and photography. And off the back of those, I learnt loads of new words. But then this realm of massage wow, there's so much to learn about the body. And then that took me to reflexology, which you then start to learn about how the foot, the base of the foot and the base of the hands reflect your whole body. And then you start to learn about the meridians and the energy lines. And so the more you learn, the more you realise you don't know, the more curious you become and the more you research. So yes, it's been from that humble start, if you like, of not really feeling that I fitted in, and frankly not wanting to fit in, just want to be left alone to get on with it. But then the more things I tried, the more things I learned, the more things I found I understood. So Reiki was something I learned back in 2001, 2002 I became a master. And the mediumship came off the back of that, and I now work as a medium for the spiritualist churches and a trance medium as well, which is all a bit weird.
That's really cool, man. One of my friends.
Maybe a good conversation for
Okay,
another time.
okay, yeah.
I'll be here forever, and people would be like, "Oh no." So that happened, and then the hypnotherapy and the Gestalt have been more recent. But again, they're in that quest to the same basic quest of, if you are unhappy with yourself, if you're unhappy with your life, don't just sit there and suffer. Do something about it. And your mind is the most powerful muscle in your brain, in your body, in your whole body. And it's capable of turning things around for you. It's capable of making massive changes for you. My catchphrase in my business is, your mind has the key to set you free, because it really does. If you allow your mind to empower you, if you set a plan and you make action, you say, yes, I'm going to do this, and you do it, you can achieve pretty much anything. The only thing you can't do is rewind time.
Well, what I find so beautiful about what you just shared with us is that you were being bullied, both at home and both at school, and you were just like, fuck this. I'm not having this. And you just went everywhere and anywhere possible you could to actually gain power from yourself. And yes, you went outside, but you came in and found that power. You really discovered yourself to be like, okay, I'm Keara and I'm standing strong. I'm standing strong.
Yeah.
I'm standing tough.
It wasn't easy.
No, it's not.
And I think that's the thing that most people need to understand, is that what makes a success is multiple failures. Getting it wrong is part of the journey. It's part of the learning curve. And every day we get it wrong and we survive is another thing we can go, okay, tried that, tick.
Don't like that. And that's wisdom. That's how you obtain wisdom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're going around in a circle and you're doing the same thing time and time again and it's not working, then you need to realise that. You need to go, hang on a minute, what can I do different? How can I change this? It's not working for me. And so sometimes you get stuck in that loop and you get stuck in that pattern. And I think we're all guilty of having those days where you think, oh, why do I bother? But you come out of that going, okay, so today it's a new day. I have no regrets. Everything that I've experienced, both good and bad, has brought me to where I am now. I'm now a stronger, more wise, more focused person than I've ever been before. So, okay, let's see what today brings.
Exactly, and that's the magic though. The magic of having a crappy day, having a terrible day, and then resetting. I think that's where the true, what I call it magic. That's where the magic lies. It's like, okay, I've had even it could be a month. Like it could be a really, really bad month where everything just is rocking the boat, and then you're just like, okay, I'm back. And that's absolutely incredible.
And it's really important to be able to forgive yourself that you got it wrong, that you ate the cakes, that you didn't go to the gym, that you didn't revise, that you were rude to that person, that you made the mistake. It's really important that you forgive yourself and go, okay, I made a mistake, I'm human. And that's all right. I made a mistake, I've learned, and honestly, I'll try not to make that mistake again.
When you make mistakes involving other people, I recently learned a method they call it cleaning up, which is like, especially if it's like holding you down and it's still in the background of actually speaking to that person and having a conversation with that person where you admit to all of your inauthenticities and where you believe to have gone wrong, and then also then create something new for that relationship, whether that relationship is that's the end of the relationship and you just need to clear it up, right? or you create something else with that relationship, you know? What do you think of that, and do you use that as well, or
I haven't heard of that, but I have heard of something similar, which was the process of writing a letter to clear out all your thoughts and feelings in regard to the relationship and what you've done, and owning up to what you've done wrong in it and you're part of it. And I get that, but I also feel sometimes it can be a bit dangerous, because you can come at it from the wrong, you can come at it from a well-meaning place and then end up back under the cosh or back in the situation that you were in before. So there's also a thing where you have to be firm but fair, not just with yourself but with other people too. And so that's something to be aware of, is that when you're going through and you're saying, okay, this is my part in it, I'm telling you this because I want to release it from me, not because I need forgiveness from you. Yes. Because believe it or not, whoever they are, they have no power over you. The only person that has power over you is in here, you.
I completely agree.
And so that's a big thing.
Wow.
And again, in Reiki, this is something we do. We can send healing forwards or backwards in time. So you can send healing to yourself at a bad time in your life, backwards to soothe you and calm you so that it doesn't infect you as much. And you can send healing forwards in time for when you have that conversation with the ex that you just went, no, sorry, gone.
It's not the one.
You can send the energy forward so that you can actually say to them, look, you know, this is why I made that decision, and I know it was harsh, but I honestly, genuinely wish you happiness from now on, and I'm sorry that I can't be part of that happiness.
Wow,
you know?
I think that's really important. And I think another thing that I've learned as well is the no expectations of, because yes, it's for yourself, but then they're still in this head that I've been coaching a lot of people with exes, and they've wanted to get back together with their ex, and the feeling hasn't been mutual, you know. And it's been having that conversation and not having the expectations, writing that letter and not having the expectations of, and really recentering and finding that peace within yourself. So I think sending energy backwards and forwards in time, that it is cool. It is. It is. It really is.
There's one other thing I'd say off the back of that, and that was that if you want to get back to an ex or back to a partner, or even back to an old job or back to an old situation, you need to think, hang on a minute, back. Does back happen? Can we rewind time? Can we backtrack? Can we go back and get it right? Because we can't actually go backwards. All we can do is go forwards. So you're actually better off looking at it from the point of view of, I still feel I have unfinished business with that job, with that ex, with that life, that part of my life, and I want to go forward with it. So to go forward with it, I need to have a good foundation, a springboard to work from. And so that needs to be that springboard of clarity and honesty that you're talking about, of saying, yes, this is where I am, this is how I feel, this is what I felt in the past, and I appreciate that I'm not going to feel that again.
100%.
So we move forward, even if it's with somebody we've known for many years.
Incredible. Wow. Amazing. Thank you.
I think we could talk all day.
We really could. So I'd really like to hop into the future with you and everyone else who's watching, as to where you like, not where you see yourself, right? Where you want to go. Like, what is the next 5 years? What's the next 10 years? Or what's the future you most desire? You know, I'm really into creating as we are together, because I just think it's fun.
Well, I've heard of something recently which was about when you set a project, instead of setting a project and setting in steel,
Mm-hmm.
being very fluid about it and
Okay.
allowing it to flow.
Mm.
And I kind of feel like that about my future. I love what I do. I really enjoy helping individual clients to achieve their goals and to be the person they want to be. I love doing that, and I never want to stop. But I also love the workshops that I do and the teaching that I can give. My 3 workshops that I've just written, Stronger, Braver and Wiser, for me are about helping you to realise your own power, and then to step outside of your comfort zone and see what you can do if you're brave about it, if you really try. And then Wiser, realising that actually all the answers that you will ever need are in 2 places, here and Google. In the universe. If you look for them, the answers are always there. The answers are always there. So I'm hoping that the next 2 years will see those workshops be rolled out more largely. I'm taking at the moment talks to universities and mini workshops to university students to help empower them, get them over their blockages, their procrastination and worries. Hopefully then that will build up so that the workshops can run more frequently and help a lot more, I would say, young adults who want to be successful, powerful people who are going to move this planet forwards, because that's what we need. We need more people to be happy with them, so they can help other people be happy with themselves.
Perfect.
So,
thank you so much for coming here
you're welcome.
and speaking on what you do, and thank you for empowering me as well too.
That's okay. It's a pleasure.
I'm glad. I just wanted to close up on like a quote, a saying, a song, something that really got you through, gets you through, and
Okay. Well, you said the magic word, and all of your viewers will now be cringing when I talk about K-pop. I'm slightly obsessed with a K-pop group called BTS, who most people haven't heard of. They're at my age, but they have a song, and that song's called "Not Today," and it starts, "All the underdogs in the world, a day may come when we lose. That is not today. Today we fight." And that song every morning gets me out of bed and makes me think, yes, we can do it.
Amazing. Thank you so much. What I'll do is I'll tag your links at the bottom of the comments, or your Facebook. Are you on Instagram?
I'm not on Instagram,
that's fine.
but I am Facebook.
Your Facebook,
And
your LinkedIn, Not Today.
Yeah.
By and then by BTS, and then also the Medway hypnotherapy.
Yes, Medway Healing and Hypnotherapy.
Okay, awesome.
It's quite a long mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds nice though.
I'm going to start calling it MHH. It's got to be easier. Then everybody go, what does that mean?
Yeah. Sounds like a medication.
Yeah. Something you take at the weekend.
Amazing. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
We dance all day, we dance all night, we afraid of the